Hey, it's Dr. Amanda with StraightSmile Solutions, StraightSmileSolutions.com, and today we had another great question come in from one of our doctors asking about how one would want to get started starting ortho in a GP practice. And I have these conversations all the time with doctors. And mostly for me, I just listen. I feel like the therapist, tell me about your practice, tell me about you. Tell me about your town. Tell me about the competition. Tell me about the orthodontists that are nearby. Why usually they want to do it, either they like it, they think it's interesting, but most likely patients have been asking. So what have patients been asking for? I usually recommend that you make a plan, you pick a system to get started with, that makes sense for the demographics that you have. I mean, obviously if you're a pediatric dentist, or you're a pedo generalist, you'd probably be doing phase 1 or braces or both. If you see mostly older population in more affluent areas, you're probably going to be doing aligners or Invisalign. And if you're in a more rural part of the country, flyover country, the South, small towns, do braces. And then later you can add aligners. But yeah, pick one, get trained up. There's a lot of cool training courses that you do not have to fly somewhere and take a class. You don't have to take a class. Part of what we do at StraightSmile Solutions is we teach you based on your own patients. So it's pretty great. So you make money while you're learning. But yeah, just get started. Find out, you got to think about also, besides that, what type of armamentarium do you need to invest in? Do you have what you need? I like to tell doctors that they're thinking about doing this, they really should have at least 2 things before they even want to get started. So one of them, to me, bare minimum, is going to be some type of intraoral scanner, and the other one's going to be a panoramic machine or easy access to a panoramic machine. No pano, no ortho, as far as I'm concerned, because it's below standard of care. Ceph is another thing. If you're going to be doing kids or really hard adults, you're going to need a Ceph. Or you need access to a Ceph for some cases at least. But that's pretty easy. You can outsource that if you can't add it. There's enough places. You can go to an oral surgeon's office to do it and other stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, if you're getting started with phase 1 appliances, you don't need much. I mean, a couple pliers, maybe a slow speed. Nah, you don't need much at all. It's pretty easy. And of course, you're going to need some instructions, take-home instructions, consent, stuff like that. That's something that we have. You can get it in our store if you want, or if you're a concierge or a VIP client, we give you those. They're included. But yeah, not too much. And if you're doing aligners, again, not too much that you need. Just that scanner, the pano, yeah, and the forms. That's about it. It's pretty easy. I mean, you need composite etch and stuff like that, but I'm sure you already have that stuff in your office. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. Figure out what you want, and then, I mean, I really think you should get especially if you have a young team, get them involved. And what do they want? Do they have friends and family, that we can maybe treat at lab cost initially, just to get a few cases under our belt. If the first few cases are going to be a little bit rough, we can use them to take pictures, blog about it, and then great if we can get most of our team and our team's families in appliances. That's great. Perfect for pictures and testimonials and everything. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then, you can grow after that. I always like to recommend that my doctors take a month or 2 at least to try to capture as many opportunities as possible, because the opportunities are there. They're there in your office every day. You might have 10, 20, 30, 40 opportunities. You don't have to tell the patient, hey, do you mind if I do an orthodontic exam? No, you don't say that. That should be part of your every exam that you do on every patient. You're just evaluating the bite, and taking photos or taking a scan, either way, a nice color scan, and capturing that annually just as data, as records, is incredibly powerful, because as you revisit it from year to year, patients are going to see the progression of disease. They're going to see the progression of different things that could be improved if you did ortho, attrition, abfractions, crowding, even periodontal disease, mobility, so much, attachment levels, so much that we can gather from that, and patients will be like, whoa, okay, I see this is getting worse. We want our patients to be able to keep all their dentition for the lifetime, but if their bite isn't good, they're not going to keep it for a lifetime. So it's an important investment, but a lot of times patients have that insurance and they've just never used it, and there may not be that much money at all, and The other pushback you're going to get from adults is going to be time. But now, if you're using a lot of the virtual resources that are out there, time is really not a huge issue. I mean, so much of this is digital. It's so much quicker now, especially if you're using a scanner. You're going to get a way better outcome on everything. And if you use, you know, digital bracket placement, I mean, everything can be digital. It can be very precise. You do this very effectively. So anyways, that's pretty much my tips to get started. Hopefully that was helpful. Don't hesitate to reach out with any other questions. And of course, please always subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.